Here's your First Warn Weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, after a very frosty start this morning, temperatures falling back into the 20s in some locations. We have warmed nicely, still a little bit below that average, but temperatures this afternoon climbing into the mid and upper 50s. We're currently at 57 in Rockford, Rochelle, same thing in Freeport, 57 in Janesville. Lots of 57-degree readings actually on the current temperature map. But with those clear skies, lighter winds, temperatures tonight will drop back into the upper 20s in some spots, so a freeze warning goes back into effect, this time just for Winnebago, Boone, McHenry, Ogle, Lee, and DeKalb counties, as some temperatures early this morning didn't quite get too far below that freezing mark. But we maintain that mostly clear sky here as we go through the rest of this evening. Temperatures will fall quickly as the sun does set, back down into the low 30s for us here for the overnight. Plenty of sunshine will take us straight on into the weekend. How long that pattern will last in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Right now at 5, police announce an arrest in a murder investigation. The teenager who admitted he was involved in the death of his girlfriend.
Plus, Rockford freshmen learn all about future career opportunities. Today's Academy Expo connecting students with experts.
And 2 Rockford schools receiving over $5 million in grants. The plans to improve student success with more family and community involvement.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight, a 17-year-old Lee County boy is being charged with killing his girlfriend. The
16-year-old girl's body was found inside their apartment yesterday. The Lee County Sheriff says David Sosa turned himself into the Rochelle Police Department. He's in custody at the Kane County Juvenile Detention Center. Sosa and Jaden Hill lived at the apartment together in Ashton. Her preliminary cause of death is strangulation. Sosa is being charged as an adult 4 counts of first-degree murder. If convicted, he faces up to 60 years in prison. Eyewitness News is committed to supporting survivors of domestic violence and connecting them with resources in our community. There's a list of those on our website, mystateline.com. Just click on the State Line Strong tab. Fire officials from across the state line are investigating what sparked a blaze at a state line manufacturer.
First responders arrived at Top Die Casting Company in South Beloit around 4:30 this morning. That's located on Dearborn Avenue, just off 251. Eyewitnesses said most of the fire put out before 7 a.m. Investigators say no injuries have been reported and that they're still trying to determine how the blaze started. We are on top of this story and we'll bring you more details as soon as we have them. In Rock County, deputies are investigating after human remains were found on public hunting grounds. This happened somewhere near North Pine Road. That's just northwest of Milton, Wisconsin. Police say a hunter reported the skeletal remains around 9:30 Sunday morning. The Dane County Medical Examiner confirmed they were human remains. The identity not known at this time. The Rock County Sheriff's Office, though, is still investigating.
The November election is now less than 3 weeks away. There is one referendum on the ballot for voters in Winnebago County. It asks if you support extending a half-cent sales tax for mental health. Voters originally passed the proposition in 2020. It expires in June of 2026. The tax generated about $13 million a year for mental health services. Part of that money goes to the Crisis Co-Response Team. Rockford and Winnebago County officers go out on calls with mental health clinicians who then can provide follow-up services. The goal is to make it easier for everyone on these types of calls, as well as improve law enforcement's response to a behavioral health crisis. There will be a panel discussion on that tax tomorrow at Pilgrim Baptist Church on South Central Avenue in Rockford. It goes from 6 until 8. Sangamon County is looking to begin a pilot program similar to our co-responder program.
It is in response to the killing of Sonia Massey in her home in July. Theodora Coulivares explains more.
In the days leading up to Sonia Massey's death, her family said she had a history of mental health issues. On July 5th, Massey's mother called 911 saying her daughter needed mental health help. Massey was at her mom's house at the time. And 16 hours later, Sonia Massey was shot and killed by former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson in her home. Massey had called 911 concerned someone was trying to break in.
It's not as easy as a phone call connecting those dots. There are In some cases, if it's at the same address, we can do a call history potentially, but doing a call history on each and every call that we take is going to delay call for service.
Currently, when someone calls 911 for mental health help, they dispatch police and other first responders. Then, once on scene, first responders can decide whether to bring in mental health professionals.
We try to, depending on the type of call, try to continue with the information until first responders get on scene. Once first responders on scene, we're pretty much done with the call at 911.
Now, the dispatch center has joined a pilot program that will send mental health professionals when they get the call. It's part of the Community Emergency Services and Supports Act. The state passed the law in 2021, but it hasn't been officially rolled out. It's because different regions have been working on what this will look like.
My hope is that wherever you are in the state, in very short order, if you call looking for emergency mental health response, you're going to get it. And that, lives will be saved.
But the county's dispatch still has some concerns about how this will work.
I don't think what's coming out from SESA is going to help us connect the dots between this phone call, that phone call, this address, that address. I'm sure it won't be perfect, but if we try and we have some better outcomes and improve things the best we can, I think then it's a success.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Theodora Coulivaris.
Today, Rockford students got a chance to learn about different career opportunities after high school at the annual RPS Freshman Expo. This was the 13th year for the expo, held at Sports Court 2. Students got the chance to roam through a maze of tables and exhibits showcasing careers from construction to healthcare to first responders. The goal is for students to not only get an idea of future goals, but also to help them pick an academy and pathway for their high school years. Those pathways are a 3-year elective course students start as sophomores. The expo is a great chance for students to see what their career options are.
Yeah, it's great to see all these selections open, especially for kids coming out of high school wanting to see their careers and what they want to do when they get older. I feel like that's a good opportunity for other kids.
About 2,000 students attended this year's Freshman Expo.
Whitehead Elementary and Flinn Middle School are both receiving a total of $5 million in grants. The money comes through Act Now, an organization focused on after-school programs and child development. The two schools partnered to become a community school, allowing them to apply. The schools will receive the money over the next 5 years, using it to implement more after-school programs and expanding family and community involvement at the schools. Some of the benefits could be seen as soon as this summer.
In our first year, Flinn and Whitehead, we're going to partner together to provide a robust summer program that will be offered to all students who attend Flinn and Whitehead, grades 1 through 4, and then Flinn will do our 5th grade through his 7th grade.
The summer program will include transportation, 2 meals, learning, and an afternoon of fun activities.
After the break, federal investigators looking into aircraft nearly colliding on the runway.
The goal to improve passenger safety at airports across the nation.
And tonight at 6, hunting seasons continue to open across the Prairie State. What doctors recommend to keep safe this fall.
And out and about here throughout this afternoon, it's been a little on the cooler side, but we've had less in the way of wind today. Now our temperatures, while they're still below average this afternoon, they will climb going into tomorrow and straight through the weekend. How long we hold on to that trend in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
The FAA is looking into the risk of planes nearly colliding on runways at some of the nation's busiest airports.
They cite multiple incidents in the last few years and hope the investigation will result in new safety recommendations. Rena Roy has more.
Airlines flight abruptly aborting takeoff at Nashville's airport last month after a Southwest jet crossed in front.
Alaska 369, cancel takeoff clearance.
The pilot slamming on the brakes at about 120 miles per hour to avoid hitting the plane crossing the same runway.
This felt like getting hit in a car accident or a freight train.
This incident, one reason why the FAA is opening an audit into runway incursions, the federal agency examining 45 of the nation's busiest airports. Just days before the Nashville incident, a Delta plane with more than 200 passengers clipped the back of a smaller regional jet, knocking its tail off of the taxiway at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta.
He just hit something on the taxiway. Could you tell us what it was?
Back in July, 2 regional jets caught on police dash camera video near Syracuse, appearing to come dangerously close to colliding midair. Though the FAA administrator said last month the number of serious runway incursion incidents had fallen by over 50% this year. This new audit will include a risk profile for each airport, along with identifying potential gaps in procedures, equipment, and processes, and recommendations to improve safety.
The agency cited a shortage of air traffic controllers as a factor. The FAA expects to finish the audit early next year. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, if you hadn't turned your heat on yet this season, you probably did last night when it dropped down into the 20s.
I would hope so. It was cold. Candace will let us know when we might see warmer weather. Her full forecast is next.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
A gorgeous picture coming in on our Merced Sky Track camera here, looking up to the north and northeast up the Rock River. Some of the colors really starting to pop here over the last couple of weeks with those cool nights and warm afternoons and plenty of sunshine. Now, if we could just get a little rain to go along with that. But conditions are going to stay fairly dry, not only throughout the end of the week, into the weekend, and most likely through at least a portion of next week. Want to say thank you to Deb for sharing this beautiful fall photo. You can see the colors really changing, and in fact those oranges and reds starting to really come out, although like I mentioned, we do need some rain. Temperatures this morning got down into the 20s for most of us. Rockford down to 31, but as low as 25 in Rochelle and 28 in Freeport. But with the sunshine today, we've made some good ground for the afternoon, climbing to 59 today. We're currently at 57 in Rockford, Freeport, 56 in Rochelle, and 55 our temperature in DeKalb. Our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa currently sitting at 56 degrees. Still plenty of dry air in place. 29 that dew point reading. Notice the wind not as strong as what it was yesterday, so that is nice, but the wind will pick up just a little bit as we go into the afternoon tomorrow. With those colder temperatures expected for tonight, in some places not quite getting down below that 30-degree mark. Early this morning, another freeze warning has been issued to include Winnebago, Boone, McHenry, Ogle, Lee, and DeKalb counties. That will go into effect here late tonight after midnight and run through tomorrow morning. So frost is going to be likely again tomorrow as temperatures dip down to 31 degrees. Our wind for the most part stays light, but notice that wind direction will start to shift around to the south and then to the southwest in the afternoon tomorrow. That'll bring us up above that 60-degree mark, up to 66, with plenty of sunshine for the afternoon. Winds will gust at times 20 to 25 miles per hour. So it does get a little bit on the breezy side, but not nearly as strong of a wind expected there out to the west and eastern Iowa. But you can see how those winds will be increasing through the afternoon. Could see some gusts closer to that 25-30 mile per hour range once you get a little further into northwest Illinois. So perhaps for some of our further northwest Illinois counties. Then the winds will stay with us a bit. They stay elevated, so they don't completely go calm tomorrow night. And then they'll pick back up again on Friday. So Friday will be another breezy day, but that wind direction from the southwest will bring us up close to that 70-degree mark by the time we get into Friday afternoon. You can see how that wind is really causing some issues across much of the plains in the Midwest. You've got a critical fire risk there across the plains through the Midwest, and then even an elevated fire risk going into not only today but also tomorrow for some locations, as winds are currently gusting 35, even close to 40, 45 miles per hour in some spots. So it's those gustier winds that will work here to the west of the Mississippi River. High pressure begins to build in, though. Actually, it's already building in and stays with us here as we look through the next several days. So that's what keeps us high and dry. Now, there is a cold front that starts to move in well to the west of us during the afternoon on Friday, but watch what happens. It gets pushed to the north and then to the northwest as high pressure continues to build in. So with that maintains those dry conditions as we head into the weekend. So from 31 degrees tonight, we're 66 tomorrow, close to 70 on Friday. We do reach those 70s there as we head into the weekend. We'll see a little more cloud cover, small chance for a shower, and this is a small chance at that as we head Monday night into Tuesday. Kind of this cutoff upper level low begins to work through. Temperatures may drop just a little bit as we go into next week, but still looks like we'll stay above average as we head through the end of next week.
Candace, thank you.
Scott's in next with sports. He'll show us an Ice Hogs rookie who reminds coaches of a former famous Ice Hog.
And a Sycamore native hopes to pick up some of the slack now that Caitlin Clark has finished playing ball at Iowa.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
This outstanding rookie class for the Ice Hogs has already made a strong first impression. 2 rookies scored goals in the Hogs opening game this past weekend. One was defenseman Kevin Korchinski. The other was forward Samuel Savoie. Savoie was the Blackhawks' third-round draft pick in 2022. Spent the past several seasons playing junior hockey. His hard-nosed game has drawn comparisons to that of former Ice Hog and Blackhawk Andrew Shaw. Savoie told me he sees the similarities.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's part of my game. It's just when I go out there, I'm kind of a different guy. I kind of like to bang some bodies, and I like that game, so I got to keep doing that.
I think he's got some attributes that are very similar, but he's one of those guys that I talked about. They just seem happy to come to the rink. He's got a smile on his face. He competes. He's got effort in everything he does, and so I think we're really looking forward to having him and get the opportunity to work with him.
Savoie is making up for some lost time after he missed most of last season with a broken leg. It won't be just another preseason game for the Bulls tonight. That's because Lonzo Ball will play. It'll be his first game action in close to 3 years because of his multiple knee injuries. Ball will be limited tonight to 16 minutes. The Bulls are hosting the Timberwolves. No college basketball team has a bigger hole to fill this season than the Iowa Lady Hawkeyes do. How do they begin to replace Caitlin Clark? The Sycamore native Kylie Feuerbach is entering her final season at Iowa. She could get more scoring opportunities now with Clark gone, as should all of Iowa's players.
Obviously, we have a lot of new pieces to the team, so just having that mentality of next, of we've got next. We're just excited for the season and all the new roles that are going to be in there, and just going into those roles confidently.
Well, the Nick 10 game of the year will take place this Friday night when Hononegah travels to Belvedere North. I'll preview that game tonight at 9 and 10. We'll be right back.
Your idea for a potato chip flavor can become a reality.
Lay's is bringing back its Do Us a Flavor contest. Starting today, you can go online and submit your ideas. This is the first time the contest has been held in 7 years. It ran from 2012 to 2017. Past winners were certainly creative, including flavors like biscuits and gravy, chicken and waffles, and fried green tomato. 3 finalists will be brought to market in April, and a fan vote will determine the best one. The inventor of the winning flavor wins $1 million. Okay. So that's serious business.
Although
there.
I like the original.
You like the original?
And I cannot eat more than one.
Or if you guys
just
were
one.
to real fast create a flavor, what would it be?
I like the
Put you on the spot there.
Chicken and waffles is what I like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, all right.
You?
I don't know. I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one too. If you've got
Have a good evening.